Little Miss Recap contains adult language and is intended for entertainment purposes only. Hi, everyone. Amanda and I were very lucky to sit down with Louie Fojut last night. And Louie is one half of one of our favorite Love After Lockup couples, Louie and Melissa. So trying to find what season they were in was challenging because, as we know, there's a code that you must decipher to understand seasons of Love During Lockup and Love After Lockup. But I think I narrowed it down to we first met them on season 4.3, whatever that means, in 2022. So if we remember, Louie was in prison and was being released in Georgia and lived with his mother, Donna. And Melissa was a mail carrier in New Jersey and had gone to high school with Louie and always had a crush on him. We really enjoyed their storyline, and Louie was a pleasure to speak with. And I hope you learned something from this interview. Amanda and I learned a lot. We learned a lot about some of the challenges facing incarcerated individuals, and it was really enlightening. So enjoy the episode, and I want to thank Louie again. I put his social media handles in the show notes, so please follow him on Instagram. And if you're in New Jersey and looking for a house, let him sell you a house. How fun would that be? Or let him find you a house. Even better. All right, guys, thank you and enjoy this episode. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Little Miss Recap. My name's Amy Archer. I'm your host. I'm here with my co-host, the butter to my bread, Amanda.
Hey, friends.
And we are here with a very special guest today.
Yes, we are.
You know him as Louie from Love After Lockup, Love During Lockup, Love Life After.
Yeah. You guys have done all three, haven't you?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All three flavors.
Louie,
Hello.
thank you so much for talking to us.
We are so pumped.
We're so excited. Our group, which is a group of 2,500 ladies of a certain age, they are all very excited
Wow.
for us to chat with you.
Incredible.
It all started with a cameo.
Really?
So I got a cameo for Amy for Christmas.
Wow.
From you. Yeah.
Yes.
It's all coming together now.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
It's good.
And we had we call our group the Backdoor Friends. We had two of our Backdoor Friends go to some kind of Grinch event you had at a pizza shop, and they met you.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember
Yes.
that. And they're that too.
Yes, and they love you, and they were like, "You need to get Louie on. He'll talk to you definitely." So,
Yeah. I'm so excited to be here, honestly. I really am.
okay, so for those who may not be familiar with your season, we know that you and Melissa knew each other in high school, and you were the coveted hot piece of ass that everybody was after.
Mm-hmm.
And Melissa just dreamed of dating you and had managed to reconnect with you. So why don't you tell everyone, because I don't know if it's exactly clear if no one saw the first season that you were on. Did you have a relationship before prison? Did you reconnect while you were in prison and she wrote to you? Like, how did you two get together?
So I knew her in high school. Like, I knew of her.
Mhm.
Actually, she came to my house one day after school. She wrote to us, whatever. Nothing happened. But anyways, so I knew of her and her friends. We actually grew up in exact same town called Haskell, New Jersey. So she was 2 years younger than me. And that was it. You know, I graduated high school in 1999. And I went to college down in Florida, down in Tallahassee, Florida. I was obsessed with weather. I wanted to become a hurricane expert.
Florida State.
Oh.
Yes, I did. I went to TCC, Tallahassee Community College, for 2.5 years. I got my AA, then I transferred over to Florida State. And then, so anyways, so back to the
Are you a meteorologist?
No, but I love the weather, though.
Okay. I love extreme weather as well.
Yeah.
So I feel you.
Hurricane expert. I remember used to watch, I know during hurricane season, they had the tropical update, 10 minutes till every hour on the hour.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Steve Lyons. I was obsessed with the weather. So,
You know, when Jim Cantori shows up in town, shit's
You're
going
fucked.
down.
You're dead.
It's not good. Not good.
So yeah, I went to Florida State, and I didn't talk to Melissa like at all. So, you know, I served November 20. I'll just tell you real quick. November 29th, 2012 is when I committed an armed robbery
Mm-hmm.
due to my drug addiction.
Mm-hmm.
And I a few months later I got sentenced to 10 years, mandatory sentence.
Wow.
So my
Wow.
sentence was 20 years, served 10, mandatory. There was no good behavior. You can't leave on good, none of that.
Was that in the state of Florida?
No, that was actually in Georgia.
Okay.
Which is why your mom moved down there
Yeah,
to be closer to you. Yeah.
hours about all my types of experience I've been through.
Yeah.
So anyways, I served a 10-year sentence. Now, 9 years I spent in prison. My last year, I went to a reentry program, or excuse me, a transition center, which is more or less kind of like a halfway house, I guess you can say.
Mm-hmm.
So I was able to work, and you were also allowed to have phones. You were able to get phones. So when I got to the TC, I actually had a couple people that I was locked up with. They had phones. I got on their phone before I was able to get mine. And I tried to log on to my Facebook account. Mind you, I haven't been on Facebook for like 9 years.
So it probably looked a little different.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
totally did. I mean,
You gotta like reset your password. You forgot your password, all that bullshit, right?
So I created a new account, but I was able to somehow, I don't remember how I did it. I was able to like resend friend requests to everybody, right? So that's basically resend friend request. They said the other, but as I'm scrolling through like all the people that I supposedly was friends with in high school and friends, I see Melissa and I was like, wow, like she looks really good. I thought, you know what I mean?
She's all grown
She's gorgeous.
up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so I messaged her, hey, what's up? You're looking good, blah, blah, blah. And that was it, So on the other end, apparently, like her best friend, her best friend was like, "Oh my god, did you see who's back on Facebook? Like Louie's back." Like, and most people knew where I was, But anyway, it took her about a day, and she messaged me back, and it was literally from that point forward that we spoke, and like literally spoke every day, hours. You know how it is back in high school, and like you're on the phone hours on end, and that's basically what we did, and it was actually great because we really got to know each other.
Yeah.
Who we are, minus the physicalness that sometimes may get in the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes that might cloud your relationship. And
I think you two did okay in that department.
Yeah, eventually. We're good.
Yeah, you caught up on that real quick.
So, but that's what happened. We got to know each other, and it was like, I want to say like maybe 2 weeks after we started talking that I really like I fell hard, and I thought I was the only one, but apparently she did too. And so we really fell for each other, and we just were talking, and I think I brought up the fact, I asked her if she ever heard of the show Love After Lockup, and I don't think she heard of it. So like I told her about it. I think she did her research. Yeah. And next thing you know, she's like, yeah, listen, so I found out that they are doing, I guess they're accepting applications, I guess is the best way to put it.
Yeah. Right.
She filled out the application, described a little story, and next thing you know, they contacted her. Mind you, I'm still at the transition center. This is probably, I want to say, I got to the transition center November 2021.
Okay.
We started talking beginning of January, and I want to say by April, that's when it was like official that we were going to be on the show. Give or take, you know what I mean? And then next thing you know, they started filming her. They made arrangements for her to fly down, visit my mom, like meet my mom without me being there.
One of the classic scenes. It's amazing.
Your mother in the house coat with the spoon banging on her car window. I got literally out. In our home, your mother is referred to as Spoon Mom.
Listen,
Spoon Mom is what my husband calls her.
That's so funny because that literally was the first day I was out of prison, because like I had to report to probation immediately. Like you're supposed to report within 48 hours, but like right now I'm like, okay, I'm staying on the right path, So like we got out, we filmed, and then the next day, like right away, first thing I want to do is go to probation, and then that's what happened. So, but yeah.
So you were in prison during COVID.
I was.
What was
How
that
was
like?
that?
So I was actually at a place called Metro Reentry Facility, which is a quote unquote going home camp, right? So I spent 6.5 years prior to that at one camp. And then you go to this reentry facility. You do like a year of like these reentry classes, and then the following year you're supposed to go to a transition center. But like I went there for the first year. I did all my classes. I graduated the program, and then my last year, I basically was I worked at the commissary. I was a teacher's aide. You know what I mean?
Cool.
I basically just laid low, and
Yeah.
until I got transferred to the transition center. But I was there at the time. Now this is a very small camp. They actually maintained very well. Like we actually were one of the only camps in the state of Georgia that wasn't fully 100% on lockdown.
Okay.
We had limited movement. We had these classes that went from like maybe like 20 guys to like maybe 7 to 10, no more than that. They had guys come around and spray, like all that stuff. We had to wear masks. They basically forced us to get the shot
vaccine, yeah,
and stuff like that. But so what was crazy was the stories that we heard from other prisons.
Yeah.
Because so the one place I was at was a 1,500 man camp, and that place there usually have 2 guards, and it was an open dorm. Each dorm had 62 men in each one.
Okay.
And they had 4 dorms per building, and usually 2 guards. Well, COVID got so bad that a lot of the officers, they weren't coming to work. So basically, they were completely on lockdown. Couldn't leave the room. Couldn't leave the dorm. There was no you couldn't go to chow. Couldn't go to yard call. None of that. But people were getting sick. Like people were literally dying.
Oh God!
In the dorm.
What a nightmare!
I can only imagine. We've seen videos like some way or another. People get phones in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you keep in contact, especially like with gang members and stuff. They keep in contact with other gang members at other prisons to make sure stuff is being handled correctly, stuff along those lines, right? We've seen videos, and it was just it was horrific. It's very inhumane because like inmates are literally dying in the dorm with you.
Yeah,
right.
And like nothing was happening.
Oh, what a nightmare!
We were lucky because like even though people were going home. Like still, we had to some people had mandatory sentencing. Like I know around the country, they were sending people home, like early term. Like, they were getting released early. If you had a mandatory sentence, they weren't sending you home early at all, but they were sending people home early. And like our camp, I think the max was like maybe like 150 people. At one point, I think there was like 50 something people at our camp. Very small. People were going home, but nobody was coming in. Nobody was getting transferred to other facilities. So it was crazy, but. What I did notice, though, is how COVID really changed the world.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was impacted a little bit differently than everybody else who obviously like dealt with it on a regular basis. Like, you know what I mean? So I think that really changed the way people are in society today.
Absolutely.
We were just talking about this recently.
People are very lazy.
This is Amanda's cat, by the way.
Yeah, this is Leo.
Leo. Yeah, it really has. So I have daughters. They're 18 now. Okay. And they were, 13, 14. Like those are formative years. And they sat in their rooms for almost a year. They went to school with masks on. Like it was really weird. They were playing sports. Like one of them plays soccer. The other one played lacrosse with masks on outside. Ugh.
Some of that stuff I heard is crazy.
Like, what are you doing? It was weird. So speaking of your mom, I was really moved in your last season because I think, the kind of storyline that we've seen is like, oh, Donna and Melissa clashing. They're both strong women, right? And we know some of that is for the cameras, whatever. But I was really moved by that one scene at the restaurant when she was talking to Melissa about like, how scared she was for you and you're relapsing. And Amanda and I talked about it when we covered the episode. And I remember saying like, sometimes we forget that Donna went through this with you, Yeah. And so I'm curious to know like how your relationship with your mom has changed since you've gotten out of prison and what was it like before you went in? And just if you could talk a little bit about her.
Like, what I put my mom through, or I know what I put my mom through, right? So like, with that being said, I know what other people are going through who have somebody who is suffering from addiction, right? Mm-hmm. So My mother was very much in denial. Was one
Yeah.
of the biggest enablers in my life. I don't think necessarily on purpose.
Sure.
But
She was trying to do the right thing.
But definitely by choice, you know. But looking back at it now, like, did she have something to do with my addiction and what I went through? No, I don't think she did. But did she, like, she definitely enabled me in a lot of ways. But the only reason why she did that is because I put her in that situation. So I take full responsibility of everything. Prime example would be like, at one point, maybe I didn't have no money. Well, I didn't have money a lot of times, but I would be like, Mom, let me borrow $50, right? She tells me no. And at the time, I'm living with her, and I put her in this predicament multiple times. No, I can't do it. I'm done, Lou. I can't do this anymore. And I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. And I'd basically, get ready like I'm going to leave. Mm-hmm. She'd be like, where are you going? And I'm like, I'm going to go get money, Yeah.
Right.
How are you getting money? I don't know yet. I will find a way to get money, whether it was panhandling, stealing, rob, whatever it is I did, I had to do to support my drug habit. So there were so many times that unfortunately, like, I would put this on her and she would turn around and give me money. Right?
Sure. Yeah, because in her mind, she's thinking, I don't want him to go out and do something.
It's one more way to keep you safe. Yeah. Like, it's just one less thing you have to do.
Exactly.
It's putting you in danger. Sure. Makes sense.
The thing about it is like, nobody will ever understand that except for her or somebody else going through it. Now, if you're looking at this situation from the outside in, people are like, I can't believe she would do that. I can't believe, like, or parents would do that for you. Just
as a mother, I get it completely.
So it's like, it's hard. Yeah. So my mom's and I relationship, like, we were always super close, right?
Yeah.
She, out of everybody, was always my biggest supporter. No matter if I was completely caught dead wrong, my mom would be like, no, not like, she literally would back me up. And the amount of emotional stress that I put on her, like, just the situation I put her through. So she was there from the day I got arrested to the day I walked out the door. She's like, I try to tell this to a lot of people. When you go to prison, like, I go to prison, I get in trouble. Like, I don't suffer the consequences. Like, the people who love you, the people who support you, the people who care about you, they're the ones that are going through it worse than the person who actually is in prison, right? Because they're not only supporting you emotionally, but they're supporting you financially. Most of the time they are, right? And a lot of times, my case, this happens to so many people, and I wish more people would understand this. If you know nothing about the prison system and you have somebody who goes to prison, like, I'm sure you're scared for them, because are there serious, like killers in there, rapists, there's some serious violent criminals in there, like real criminals. So you get scared for them and you want to protect them. You want to help them as best you can. So what do? You give them money. They ask you for stuff, you give it to them. And, like, they're literally just dragging you, especially if they're an addict, right? Because like, the drugs are so readily available for you in there. It's absolutely insane. You literally don't even have to get out of your bed. You can yell to whoever your drug dealer is in the dorm, whatever. You yell their name, tell them what you want. They bring you to drugs, and then be like, yeah, I'll pay you, whatever, like 2 days from now, So basically, everything's based on your word, right? So, like, we don't have cash in there. I mean, there's some money in there. There's food. Like, you can pay for stuff that way. But if you tell somebody you're going to pay them, 9 times out of 10, like, if you pay them, then guess what? You can get some more. And so you just keep your face card. They call it your face card, face value. You always keep it on point, right? So it's just so easy to get drugs in there. And all you're doing, you're not really doing anything all day. Most people don't want to. Like, I had a job, which is called a detail, teacher's aide, computer aide. I always did something. But when I wasn't, I was usually gambling. This is prior to me getting sober. I was always doing something. So it's like, people would always call home and ask for money. So I drug my mom through that for a very long time. And so she's just, for her to see where I am now and to see what I've been through is just, I can only imagine how she feels, but like our relationship is still very good. Obviously, I don't see her that much. We do talk.
She's not moved. She didn't move to New Jersey.
That was one of our questions. Did she come back up? Because we were suspecting she might.
Actually, I flew her up here for Christmas. She spent a week with us for Christmas, so that was cool. But no, she's not. Like, she's in Georgia. Now we're still very close. I talk to her maybe once a week, but not like that. Like, I just try to. The only thing, so like to try to, I'll never be able to repay her back, right? Ever.
Yeah.
I'll never be able to repay her back for anything. But the only thing that I can do is to keep doing what I'm doing right now, right? Is to keep,
and that's probably all she needs and wants.
That's all she wants.
All they want, right? That's all she wants. That's anybody who has seen somebody go through what I went through addiction. They just want to see you get better and stay on the right path. Like, that's the best way that you can pay them back, right?
Hey everyone, stay tuned. Little Miss Recap will be right back after these words. Amanda.
Amy.
For our sponsor, Lumi Gummies today, I have an idea. I think we should do a rapid fire bonus round. Which 90-day celebrity stars need a Lumi Gummy or have taken a Lumi Gummy maybe?
Okay. Madeline.
Oh, I have her on my list too. Manon. Manon could really use indica.
Yeah, to calm her the fuck down.
Calm down a little bit.
I think Jenny could use a sativa to maybe up the energy a little bit, because there's none there.
Funny you mentioned Jenny. I have Sumit's aunt can use one
definitely
to chill out a little bit.
She definitely could use one. This is a wild card. Florian could use one. I don't know what variety.
Yeah,
but
maybe
I feel
he needs a hybrid.
I feel like Florian on a gummy would be good.
Yeah. I also have Dylan's mom from Dylan and Patia.
Yeah.
And I have Luke's dad of Luke and Madeline.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. And we can use Lumi gummies as well.
Yes. All the time.
Consistent, mellow, and super delicious, Lumi gummies are specifically designed to make you feel good, not stoned. Whether you're looking for an end-of-the-day de-stressor, a midday mood boost, or help getting the best sleep ever, Lumi gummies has a strain that's right for you. So, Amanda, our flavor that we like a lot in this home is the sour strawberry cookie hybrid.
Ooh, is it particularly sour?
It's not super sour because I don't like sour things.
Yeah, I don't either.
But I just find that it's the perfect blend of up and down. It's right in the middle.
Nice.
But you feel good. I really like it.
I'm a hybrid girly myself, and I'm going to go with the watermelon sorbet because I do enjoy watermelon, and it's just a nice, cool, chill evening of watching TV.
You know what I need to do? I need to take one before Sister Wives comes out. Before I meet my arch nemesis in the ring.
Yes. I think it would help you a great deal. I think it would help Cody Brown a great deal.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Guys, Lumi gummies are available nationwide. Go to lumigummies.com. That's LUMI gummies.com. Use code Little Miss Recap for 30% off your order. That is Lumi Gummies, LUMI gummies.com. Code Little Miss Recap. Lumis.com. Code Little Miss Recap. It's 30%. And the link is in the show notes if you guys need it. How long have you been sober?
So I got sober from drugs November 25th, 2017. So this year will be 8 years for me.
Good for you.
And then
congratulations.
I appreciate that. And then alcohol. Last time I had a drink was Labor Day weekend, 2012. So that this year will be 13 years, no alcohol.
Good for you. What do you think was the turning point? Like what, we've watched this show a long time. We've seen every season and not many people turn it around like you do. So what do you think was the special sauce there? Like, did you just have a moment? Did something happen or?
Nothing really. So I've been very throughout my life, I've always had opportunities to move ahead, move forward in life. And I've always torn them down due to my drug addiction, right?
Mm-hmm.
Always something, drugs, alcohol, whatever it is. I always ruined that opportunity. So I used to even before I got locked up, like I knew I had I was shooting up heroin, smoking crack. Like I was doing anything that I could get my hands on. I was doing it. And like, I knew I had a problem, but I just couldn't stop. Like I was literally my own worst enemy. Right. Sure. So I didn't even hang out with people. That's how I know it was like you get really bad. It's like nobody. I would work. Well, when I was working, I would go to work, come home, or usually on my way home, I'd get drugs. Like I was very solitary by myself. So when I got to prison, I stayed clean for a little while because I was in a county jail. I really didn't see any drugs. But once I got to prison and saw that like drugs were everywhere, I was like, oh my God. Like,
Yeah.
and one of the things was a guy was like, hey man, you know, they try to manipulate you into like, I'm like, I'm changing this, that, the other, and I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. But then a guy was just like, man, you got 8.5, 9 years left. Like you have to do your you have to do your time. Like, who cares if you get in trouble? Just get high, enjoy yourself. Like,
I would fall victim to this immediately, Amanda.
I would.
You know this.
I probably would too.
I was like, you know what? And I started gambling, playing cards.
Yeah.
Like, next thing you know, I'm doing drugs, and I'm like, fuck it. You're right. Excuse me. I can swear.
No, you can curse all you want.
So I was like, that's what I started doing. I did that. So I had a detail. I was a computer aide, very good detail. I was teaching guys who've been locked up for 20, 30 years how to use a computer, stuff along those lines. I had a lot of movement. I can do basically whatever it is I wanted to do. I was making money, but I also had a very big drug habit. And eventually I had a drug test. They came in and said, you need a drug, you taking the drug test. Random. Failed. Lost my detail. Now I'm back in the dorm. I got another detail really quick. And again, doing this for a little while. And surprise, guess what? I need you to take a drug test. And I'm like, I can't pass it. So no, I refused it. Got fired for my detail. I'm back in the dorm. And like I'm still getting high, and I'm like, I would write a lot at nighttime. It was like dealing with drugs, alcohol, whatever it is that your addiction is. It's like a love and hate relationship, right? So it's like you love it so much, but you hate. Like I hated it so much, you know. I hated the come down effect, and I was just getting tired of it. And I would say I'm going to stop. I'd stop for a couple of days, maybe a week. I get high again, relapse. And then it was just like I just got tired, and that morning, I woke up after like a 3-day binge of being up. You know what I mean? I woke up November 25th, and I'm like, I'm done. And I literally was done. Like I didn't really realize that was going to be the day.
Yeah.
But it took me about a week or two, and I was like, you know what? I'm done. I called my mom. I'm like, look, you need to come down and visit. Like, you know, she would come and visit me like once a month, once every 2-month visitation. I'm like, I need you to come down this weekend. I have to talk to you. And so she immediately came down. And as soon as I seen her, like I literally lost it. I started crying, and I was like, look, I'm done. Like I'm for real done. And of course, how many times has she heard this?
Right. I'm sure she didn't believe it for a long time.
Right. And then so like, and then I actually like, I had to gain trust. My father, my grandma, grandpa, my friends, like it took a couple of years, but like it was over with. And I was, you know, that day was the turning point. That's really when I turned my life around. I started focusing on exercising, becoming a personal trainer. Like at one point I had like 11 different inmates that I literally was training in prison. They didn't even realize it. I was like, wow, this is awesome. Like, just like I transferred to the thing. Like I was just always running, exercising. I was able to just come into, I just learned how to take responsibility, like find out how important your mental health is. Like I didn't realize that mental health is so important in life. Being mentally stable. And, you know, I was able to come to means with stuff. You know, I was the one that did this. I was the one that chose this. I have to take full responsibility. You know, I apologized to everybody. And I mean, I just, from that day forward, I really changed my life, you know, and it's just getting better. Like I'm trying to work on myself every day.
We see that comes through on the show. Like we really see that. We are always talking about like Louie's doing the most. You're doing
it right. You were doing it right.
Except for the pizza that he threw.
Well, we were sad about that. Once you decided to quit, is there sobriety support in prison?
I mean,
or are you kind of on your own?
I mean, I did on my own. Like they had, so they had like a Celebrate Recovery, which is a class I signed up for. I did that. They had like AA meetings. I did that for a little while, but a lot of people go to AA for the wrong reasons.
Oh yeah.
At a big camp, it's like you have an AA class once a week. people meet up there to sell drugs, to see other inmates. Like you have, it's just, I can, there's
Sure.
people, same thing with people going to church. Like I'm not a religious person at all, but like at the same time, there were people who go to church for the wrong reasons. Like there's always something else going on, so it's hard to, you just have to be so strong-minded. Like if you're a weak-minded person, you're going to just collapse. They're going to eat you up in prison, like straight up eat you up.
I would last one day.
You think, a lot of people say that, but to be honest with you, when something like that is put on your plate, like,
you rise to it.
You have to. You have a choice, but like at some point, like you don't have a choice. Like you can choose that road or this road. At first I chose that road, and I brought all the bullshit on me. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I got sober. Guess what? I didn't have to deal with it. Like there was no more bullshit to deal with. I was the parlay man. I was the bookie for quite a few years. I originally became a bookie to try to help support my drug habit, but then once I quit doing drugs and I was just the official bookie, like I was actually capable of sending hundreds and hundreds of dollars home a week. Like I would send 100 to my mom, my son, my dad, my baby mama. Like I'm sending money home, like, but still never made up for the amount of money that I used prior to that. But still, like,
So let me ask you a question. A lot of times we talk on our show about the prison system taking in addicts instead of sending them to rehab. So obviously you committed a crime. But if they had said to you for your sentencing, we want to send you to an inpatient rehab facility, would that have worked, or do you think you needed to go to jail?
I'm going to be the first person to admit this.
Mm-hmm.
I needed to go to prison, right? And I'm telling you this, everybody disagrees with me, but I'm telling you this, I needed 10 years. I needed 10 years because I'm telling you, that's why it's such a revolving door with people, right? Because like they get a little slap on the wrist, a little slap on the hand. Oh, 2 years. Okay, they get out in a year and a half or a year, good behavior. Boom, they're back out doing their thing. 2 years, out on a year. Like it's just a revolving door. Like you're just, I needed it. Same thing with rehab, right? At the end of the day, it's all about you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to change? Do you want to make a difference in your life? Do you want to become better? Like most people, it's sad to say, and I'll argue this, most people don't. Most people are weak. They're not strong enough to like go through it. So it's just so easy to just give up, right? Like you have, you know what I'm saying? Like why would, like I look back and I'm like, that lifestyle, it's a whole nother world in there, right? Like there was a point like you it's like a level of status. Like I had my even though it's like everybody has the same clothes, like, but my clothes were really white. I paid for my guy, like I paid another inmate to iron my clothes, to wash my clothes. I ate whenever I wanted to. Like I didn't go to the chow hall. Like I ate in the dorm, like stuff along those lines. Like there's a status, like you get in good with the officers. They let you go do whatever you want. You know what I mean? Like there's things. So like it seems like most people in there are criminals, for real criminals. They're junkies, right? And they're not trying to change, or they're gangster. Like there's some serious gangsters in there. Like I've met a lot of people, and some people are in there by mistake. Accidents happen, but like at the same time, it's people just don't change.
Well, let me ask you, I think you kind of answered this, but one of the things that we see on the show, and I'm not calling out any couple by name, but there are a few couples that seem to really live beyond their means. And even, the prisoner is even supporting an entire family.
Yeah, someone on your previous season. We'll say it, Rob. Rob had like a whole, Rob and Tenny, he had a whole thing going when he was in prison. He had security cameras all over her house that he was monitoring on his phone.
And like this was a swank house.
Yeah. Making thousands of dollars.
Yeah. And
in
Montana
prison. And we're
Mills,
like
the same thing.
Yeah.
And you're kind of like, and I'm not asking you to speak to those two specific people.
Yeah.
But my question is there a way to legitimately and legally make money in prison to send home, or should we be sus?
Legitimately?
Correct.
Or no. How about this? Legally? No. I mean,
okay.
I don't think so legally, unless you're an investor, unless you have money.
That's what we're thinking. We're like, there's no way this is on the up and up.
At the end of the day, I can't speak for anybody else.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, me personally, like the only thing I saw from where I was at and who I was with, like, so let's say I'm going to use this as an example, right? I'm a small time drug dealer, right?
Mm-hmm.
I get caught selling drugs. I'm maybe getting like, ounces, let's say, quarter pounds. I go to prison and now I meet the big fish, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know a
Right.
guy that can get pounds and pounds of this. Well, I still have my connections on the street. He has his connections on the street. So it's like you can link them up.
Right. You're creating little empires.
Yeah. So like
Yeah.
there's ways to do stuff, but like, I mean, that's just with anything. I'm talking the illegal side. Like that's how a lot of businesses are, right? And corporations,
Mm-hmm.
same,
Oh yeah.
same thing.
Yep.
But theirs is legal. This just might be illegal, right? So it's there's ways to do stuff. Like I mean, they could have been drug dealers on the street, invested their money in something else, and then it just
Sure.
played out from there.
Yeah,
Like, definitely ways to do it. I'm not,
Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, but I'm gonna tell you the prison system is $1 billion industry to make money. I've met guys who've bought their families.
Well, not only by the prisoners, but
But
by
the prison
people
system
who own
itself.
the prisons themselves. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. The officers, all of them. I mean, like,
So let me ask you this, just changing topics now and going to you coming out of prison. What do you think is what are some of the biggest misconceptions the public have about people coming out of prison? What is maybe some difficulties you face that we don't necessarily think off the top of our head?
I mean, that's a good question. It's hard.
So you came out, you weren't able to get a job, right?
Well,
Like you had to make your own job.
It's hard to get. It's so much harder to get a job.
It is. And like, so I was lucky enough because Dirk, he's my best friend. Worked at the pizzeria with Dirk.
Oh yeah, we know Dirk.
Yeah. Him. He told me, you get out, you need a job, I got you, right? So he helped me get a job. But prior to that, so one of the biggest misconceptions would be this. Companies hire felons. Yeah, they do. A lot of companies hire felons, right?
Mhm.
But my situation and a lot of people's situations is what type of felon are you, right? So you have violent felons, me,
Mhm.
non-violent felons, right? So a lot of these companies will hire a non-violent felon. I have an armed robbery, 2 aggravated assaults, right? With that being said, armed robbery is one of the worst charges that you can possibly have. Regardless of why I committed my crime, it's still on my record, right? So I went on a couple interviews. I even spoke to the owner of a company. Okay. And he, right at the end, he's like, man, we had a great interview. We were at Starbucks. I'll never forget this. He's like, man, and he said it with a smile on his face. He's like, Lou, I really like you. He's like, I just have to ask this, because it's just part of our policy. Do you have we got to run a background check on you. Is anything going to come up? And I just like, yeah. He's like, and he was shocked.
Yeah.
Well, how bad is it? And I told him, and he was like, man, like, he's like, I was literally out of prison for maybe 2.5 weeks, and he had no idea, which was crazy, right? So, he's like, I have to run this by my partner, which was his wife.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I guess the guy who does his insurance, his CPA and his insurance guy, whatever. So it's a major risk. I have a high risk if they hire me, right? So that was one reason he wouldn't hire me, and his wife said no because they didn't want to take a chance, which I get. I understand.
Yeah, I understand.
I understand too, but it
So
sucks.
It sucks, but a lot of these companies won't hire a violent criminal, right?
Right.
A violent felon. And that's a misconception that a lot of people have. So what they tell you in prison is don't disclose that you're a criminal, you have a felon. Don't tell them, don't say none of that. But guess what? I'm not going to waste your time. Don't waste my time.
Yeah.
You guys hiring felons, and what kind of felons are you not going to hire? Because that's all you're doing is wasting time. So I would right away ask people, are you going to hire a violent felon? Well, what kind of violent charge? Armed robbery? No. All right, cool. Thanks. Instead of wasting our time, I would just ask that. It's like, yeah, they look down upon it. Because at the end of the day, especially a corporation, they don't talk to you, right? you guys are interviewing me right now. You work for a giant corporation. We have a great interview. You still have to send my paperwork up to HR.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
It's not my choice. It's someone else's.
Someone else, and they don't even know who the hell I am. They just open it. It's a jacket, right? It's a folder. They're going to open up a computer, whatever it is. And that's how they're going to judge me.
Yeah.
And right away, can't get the job. So that does happen.
Mhm.
But the thing about it is like a lot of times, us as criminals coming out of prison, like the last thing we want to hear is like constantly telling you, no, sorry, I'm sorry. But this like kind of, if you're not strong-minded, like you're just going to fall victim and you're going to go back to your old ways because it's that easy, right?
Right. It's so much harder to do it the right way.
Yeah.
And they make it so much harder to do it the right way.
The
right way.
Exactly. They try to teach this stuff to you in prison classes. But at the end of the day, when you get put out in that real world, man, and you get told no, like, people just have, especially guys, right? Their pride get in the way. So like, they're not going to settle for even like McDonald's, for instance. I don't even know if they would hire me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I hate McDonald's, and I hate to use McDonald's as an example, but it's something that growing up, I'm 43 years old. People like
I worked at McDonald's.
I worked at McDonald's in high school and college.
That's a little like a small time job.
Yeah.
But honestly, like the managers at McDonald's, like if you're a McDonald's manager, like you're good. You know what I mean?
You can make a decent living for sure. For sure.
Yeah, but like like I don't even know if McDonald's would hire somebody in my case. Then
I'm not sure.
For instance, they say they don't do a background check 7 or 10 years, but if you're on probation. Like, my crime was committed in 2012.
Right.
But I'm currently on probation. So when you run a background check on me, everything comes up current.
Yeah. Okay.
Got it.
You know what I mean? So it's like, that doesn't matter. So we're faced with some things, but at the end of the day, it's who are you? Who are you? Like, what do you really want? Because I'm going to tell you something, and you can look the numbers up. For the people who are in my position, the ones who actually make the right decisions, it's a small number. But that small number turns into a huge number of how successful they are.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So like the number of people going back to prison and messing up and doing the wrong thing, that number's high.
Mm-hmm.
It gets higher the longer you're out too, because, the first year you might, tiptoe around like you're walking on eggshells. 2 years go by. Next thing you know, what happens with most people, they start to get comfortable.
Right.
Oh, I can go have a drink. Oh, I can do this. I can go here. Next thing you know, what happens? They get in trouble. They're back in jail again.
Yeah.
It's the ones who actually have the capability of changing their life around. Like I've seen some guys that have really become successful. It's taken them some time, but guess what? Like very successful people,
Yeah. So let me ask you about your relationship with Melissa, because I'm sure, we haven't talked about her much, but I'm sure Melissa, in tandem with your mother, were a big part of that support system that you had when you got out.
Oh, yes.
So do you regret doing this show? Do you think it changed your relationship, or was it a fun experience that you guys really enjoyed?
Honestly, we spoke about this, Melissa and I, a couple of times. I think the show helped our relationship because it gave us opportunities. So with us as a couple, like, which was different than all these other couples, most of the other, I think all of them were either in the same state or within like a couple hours from each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
Usually.
So us, on the other hand, she's in Jersey, I'm in Georgia.
Right.
So they actually like made it possible for us to spend time with each other.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it gave us an opportunity, and it gave us, it also helped us like for something else. Like, I feel like it also helped. Oh, you know what? We're going to beat the odds. We got this. Like, even through bad times, like, we'd argue and so that.
Sure.
But, like, we got this. Maybe we're going to be on next season. Maybe like it gave us something to look forward to. Like, was there times I got tired because like Melissa shows tough love, but at the end of the day, she's like one of the most important people in my life and one of the most the biggest reason why I'm where I'm at,
That's wonderful.
She gave I got out of prison and 7 months later I moved up to New Jersey. Right now, I'm not saying, I don't know how I would have turned out, but if I stayed in Georgia, living with my mom, this is nothing against my mom, but like I literally was doing the exact Same thing. Prior to me going to prison, I worked at Big Pie in the Sky at a pizzeria. I drove to my mom's house, slept. I did my drugs or whatever. I drove to Big Pie in the Sky. The same exact route. Everything was exactly the same.
Did that terrify you?
No,
Okay.
it at first it was like weird because I'm going places. I'm like, damn, I used to buy drugs here. I used to go here.
Yeah.
Do this. Now I'm going that same route because someone was like, you should try different routes, right? Just in case it might trigger you.
Mm-hmm.
I did that, but I'm like, that doesn't even bother me. Like, I don't even.
Okay.
So, but I was only working like 4 days a week. I was trying to do the personal training thing. It wasn't working out well because like I tried to get a job at a gym. They wouldn't hire me because of my background. I was getting really complacent. Like I really was. I didn't see myself going anywhere. Like,
Yeah.
And so, I know Melissa was getting annoyed, and like I'm like, all right, we got to put a date on this. Like, what's the date? When am I coming up there? June was the day. Like June was the month, and then it turned out to be July, but like right around there. And so that's what I made a point. Like, hey, listen, I called the show, and I'm like, I'm moving. Like, I'm moving to Jersey. This is when I'm going. This, that, the other. And so they're like, all right, you know what I mean? Because sometimes you have to let them know when things are going on in your life.
Sure.
Yeah.
But at this point, it's like I have to make a difference. I have to make a change. I don't want to lose my relationship with Melissa. I want to be a better person. So like, this is what's going on. And so like, again,
that's
helped
awesome
with the
that's
show.
fantastic.
You know what I mean? I drove up and like they filmed that for like a week. And it was just, you get up here, you better get a job. Da, da, da. Like, didn't want to disappoint her, but most importantly, I don't want to disappoint myself. So like, she just, she was one of the biggest supporters, still is. She gives me shit all the time, but it's good though. Like I need that. Like I want it. I will say
she did not appreciate that pizza you brought her when she was in the bathtub.
Yes.
# never forget. Pizza on the floor.
Funny. But like she is, I'm telling you right now, like a weak man would never be able to stand by her. Like,
no,
I realize that. And that just shows something for me, like how much I've matured and how I've become where I'm at now,
Well, and I love that she, just as a woman speaking, I love that she set a standard and she was like, I'm not accepting anything below this.
Yep.
Right.
And you rose to it rather than her lowering the bar.
Like, why would you not want to? And I'm not saying this to downgrade anything.
Oh, Louie, it happens a lot.
Women will put up with a lot of shit.
I know. And it's like, and some of the backlash that she, like, don't get me wrong. Melissa's a strong woman because the backlash that she got from so many people.
I bet.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, and they were like, oh, Louie's this, Louie's that. I can't believe you. Like, Louie needs to leave you. But like, at the end of the day, I would not. I think that if she was weak and I could just do whatever the hell I wanted to do, I wouldn't like. To me, that's a weak man. You can just walk all over your woman and just like that's obviously a weak woman, but that's making you a weak man. Like,
yeah,
I mean, you guys. I mean, if we're going to battle, like you got to be able to trust in your partner, right? I think she might second guess me sometimes. I'm still a little naive to like stuff, but like, I mean, the other problem too is I don't think she doesn't know really who I used to be.
Hey everyone, stay tuned. Little Miss Recap will be right back after these words. That makes a difference. It gives you a clean slate.
Right. But
she remembers high school you, who she had a crush on, and we all had that boy we had the crush on, and they're still perfect. Perfect. Yeah. And then you come out, so she missed that whole really messy part of your life.
And she doesn't know. And that's like where my mom, my friends, my family know like who I was, who I am now, and why they're so proud of me. But yet Melissa, it's like she like she doesn't she's proud of where I am now from the short period of time that I've just been out a little over 2 years, and I have accomplished a lot. So like she's proud of that, but still she doesn't understand how come my family and friends and certain people like glorify.
She doesn't understand the magnitude of what you've done.
Yeah. I'm glad that she doesn't, like, so.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah.
So let me ask you one last question. Then I want to just give you a chance to promote all your stuff you have going on. But my question that I want to end with, and Amanda, pipe in if I forgot anything, is we saw the engagement. We saw the 2-carat diamond. Are we going to see the wedding? We don't know.
We don't
TBD.
know.
Okay.
I don't even know.
Okay, TBD.
You
You're going
guys
to
have a
call them
date?
though, right? You're going to call them.
I mean, if when things go when it's about to happen, everybody will know. But I will say that you could definitely check out my actual crime story.
Yes.
February 21st, WeTV at 8 p.m. This should be interesting. I'm actually nervous to see this.
Really?
Well, yes, because like I'm an honest person. You ask me a question, like I'm going to give it to you honestly, right? So,
Yeah.
From the time I got out of prison, I became a personal trainer, moved up to New Jersey. Now, just a few months ago, I got my real estate license.
Mhm.
Something that I was told I was never going to be able to do.
Mm-hmm.
Some states do not allow felons to become a real estate agent.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
New Jersey, on the other hand, they allow you, but I had some steps that I had to go through.
Okay.
But so, yeah, if anybody lives in New Jersey, you need a home, you want to buy a home, sell a home, know
What
anybody.
part of New Jersey are you in?
I live in Atlantic Highlands, which is Monmouth County.
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Right by Sandy Hook. I'm literally 5 minutes from Sandy Hook.
Okay.
But anywhere in New Jersey, to be honest with you, I'm
Okay.
new to the game and I'm willing to do as much as I can for you. So, but so
And
yeah.
Amanda's question got lost there. Do you have a date?
Do you have a date for the wedding?
No.
No. Okay.
Okay.
Nothing.
Now, did you lose your mind when Melissa said, "Oh, I didn't even know what 2 carats was. I just picked a number." My husband and I lost it.
We were dying.
Crazy is like when she first told me what she wanted a 2 carat diamond. I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. I look it up, right? Cool. What people don't know is a 2 carat round diamond
Mm-hmm.
is a whole another level. Okay.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
So
Real expensive.
yes, and I didn't know that. So like when I was literally buying, like I knew nothing about diamonds. When I was going to buy it, I had my budget, and he's like, "Look," like he literally was like, "With that budget, you're not finding a round 2 carat diamond. Like it's impossible. You have to change the shape of the stone, or you have to go under a 2, because in able for you to get the 2 carat round diamond, it sets the bar into a whole nother level."
Right.
And then
Yeah.
he showed me, and I'm like, I don't think she knew.
No. No, she said she didn't know. She's like, it sounded like a good number. I'm like, oh my girl.
Oh, I loved it so much. It was funny.
That right there set the bar up to a whole nother level too.
It's a good metaphor for your relationship though. Like she's
Yeah.
got something and you're striving to do it and then
you
you
got
two
there.
kind of meet somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah. One thing about it, I'm not going to give, I learned this, and that's what I try to tell every day. Like, I make somewhat motivational, inspirational videos on a daily basis. Every morning I wake up, I look forward to it. Not just, I do it for myself, but I also do it for other people too. Because people, even if it's 2 people looking forward to it, like they'll let me know, like, hey, I look forward to videos. Like that makes it for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm also working on this myself. I don't think, because I am never going to be perfect. We never will be.
Nope.
Yeah.
Stuff that I speak about or quotes that I hear, like it just makes me think, and I want to make you guys think, because you have to be very persistent. Like everything that you got to keep going, got to be consistent too. Like it's important. So yeah,
Share your Instagram handle so everyone knows where to find these videos.
So I don't know if you guys noticed, but I just changed my handles on everything. It's Louie F _ realtor _ New Jersey, NJ.
Nice.
Okay. And I will link that in the show notes.
That would be awesome. Yeah. And then like I said, I'm a real estate agent, and just you got to stay strong, stay positive. We have different types of events that we go through, and no matter what, you got to remember that you're number one. You're the most important person in the world. And if you can't get by, like you can't help anybody else. So you just got to stay strong for yourself.
Yeah, that's probably a really good lesson for anybody going through a difficult time. If you can't, if you don't think of you, no one else is going to think of you.
No. And I hate when people they want to help others, but yet their life is in shambles.
Yeah.
Well, get yourself together first before you can. I mean,
I feel called out by that, Louie.
Well, we're all works in progress in some way, shape, or form.
Exactly. Like, so.
All right. Well, thank you so much,
Louie,
Louie.
this was great. Thank you so much.
This was really great. And again, guys, February 21st.
February 21st, Friday, WeTV Crime Stories. Yep.
Okay.
We'll be there.
And
anytime you want to reach out to me and ask me questions, like I've been very more engaged with comments and stuff like that. So.
And WeTV, hear our prayers. We need these two. We need their wedding.
Yes,
now,
please.
Oh my God. Okay. So if WeTV came to you and said, we will pay for your wedding, would you have it like right away? Would you do it?
That is
saying weddings are expensive, my friend. I want to take someone up on that. And I suspect Melissa doesn't have inexpensive wedding taste. Just my guess.
Oh yeah. Also personal trainer too. I also do, I will do Zoom trainings, FaceTime trainings. I've done that before.
Oh, that's cool.
Awesome.
Okay.
That's cool.
Absolutely. I'm a hustler, you know.
And you may or may not be shirtless for those.
That depends on the price.
Okay. Good to know. Everybody has their price.
All right, guys, go ahead, give Louie a follow, and make sure that you watch Crime Story, February 21st, WeTV. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Ladies,
great.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much for
Take care, everyone.
Bye. Bye. Thank you so much for listening to Little Miss Recap. If you'd like to support the show, the best way you can do that is to join our Twin Flame universe, which is our Patreon, Supercast, and Apple subscription feeds. The links for those are in the show notes. You get ad-free episodes and a ton of bonus content. You can also subscribe to the feed so you don't miss an episode, share the show with a friend, and leave a 5-star review. To contact the show, please email me directly at amy@littlemissrecap.com or join our Facebook group Backdoor Friends. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time.